Hey, what's up guys? How's it been since the last time? This is Cremo. In this video, I want to really dig into gratitude. You know, the feeling of gratefulness. How we generally see gratitude and being grateful is sort of helping other people or doing something good or some sort of a service to someone else or society or community. And we all associate it with that, you know, that everybody calls it that warm, fuzzy feeling, right? And that's a great first step. And I feel like there's just so much more to it that we haven't really yet tapped into. What if we were grateful and had gratitude towards all our people around us, everyone that we meet, all the actions that we do, and even all the things around us as well, right? This is something that I feel isn't really being talked about as much. So what is gratitude really? What is being grateful really, right? So when we are grateful for something or when we have gratitude towards something, we're really honoring it, right? We're really sort of giving it that space and giving it that level of honor and the sense of this is something that's dear to me in that sense. And so when we honor something and when, you know, we treat it on that level, then we naturally want to treat that thing or that person nice. We want to treat it well. We want to treat it with respect. We want to make sure that it's in top condition, whatever it is that we are honoring. Or we want to make sure that that person is being treated well because we appreciate their existence, their presence in our lives. So let's get down to those three things: honoring the people around us, honoring our actions or anything, right? And even honoring the things. So the overall theme of everything really is that if you treat that something or that some person well, then they're gonna treat you well back as well, right? So it goes both ways. It's not just a one-way street. If you do it one way, then they do it the other way back as well. Now, what does that really mean? Well, let's start with the people. With people, we already know it to a very common, big extent, which is if we honor the people around us, if we honor not just our friends, but people outside of our circles, our neighbors, or anybody that we come across or meet, and we naturally want to treat them well and with respect, then that's a very good thing, right? Not just because you feel good about it, not just because you feel good about being friendly, but because other people feel welcome around you as well. Other people feel appreciated around you. They feel like you're open enough to include them in your space, in your circle. And so people want to hang out with you more. Which is an amazing thing, right? Everybody, we all want to be connected with the world and with people. And so this is an amazing way of being connected with them, because if we make them feel like we have accepted them and that they are allowed to be whoever they want to be in our space, then, I mean, it's just so much easier to be approachable, and it's just so much easier to have people want to hang out with you and for you to make that connection with them. So this goes back to what was mentioned earlier about the two-way street. If we treat somebody well, then other people are more likely to treat us well in return. So that was cool, right? Like having gratitude and honor towards people, that was cool. We got it, right? Now let's take it up a level. Having gratitude or honoring or treating our things well, right? What does that really mean? How can you have gratitude towards something? How can you have gratitude towards an object, right? It's weird. It's a new concept. It's like, whoa, what is that? Well, again, it goes back to the whole thing about if you treat something well, then it'll treat you well in return. So if, for example, you have a car, right, and you want to treat your car well because you like your car and you got the newest Mercedes, so you want to treat it well. You take it to the mechanic, you get the oil changes, you get all that stuff done at the perfect time because you want to make sure it runs well. So when you treat it well, your car is going to run well in return also. it's gonna give that back to you. So in that sense, having gratitude can really work and sort of apply towards the things in your life as well. So let's go beyond the scope of just a car. You can treat literally anything well, any object, anything. It can be your shoes. You love your awesome Nike white tennis shoes, so you want to treat it well. You want to make sure not to walk over any grass, because you're not trying to get it wet or dirty or anything like that. Or even our house, right? Making sure that everything is cool in our house, making sure that things are fixed on time. If there's any pipe or plumbing business that needs to be fixed, dishes, whatever it is, if we take care of it on time, if we honor it, and if we treat it with respect, then it'll last longer. It'll make sure that it works. It'll make sure that it's doing its job for us. So in that sense, not only is having gratitude towards things out there and people out there a good thing, because it gives us the warm, fuzzy feeling, but it also gives so much benefits as well. Now, the third thing is honoring and treating with respect our actions. Now, what does it even mean? How can you have gratitude towards actions? How does that work? Well, one way it could show up is that we are sort of a lot more aware of the things that we're saying, a lot more aware of the things that we're doing. Now, if we're aware of the things that we're saying, for example, then it becomes so much easier to be nice to people and to treat people with respect. Even if we're having a bad day, and even if we're not really completely feeling it 100%, right? If we sort of really take care of the things that we are saying to another person, then it becomes easier to have a more fluid conversation, a more smooth conversation. Or it can be anything else beyond that as well. When we are reading a book, we can be a lot more aware of what we're reading, because we're really sort of honoring it more. We want to respect it more. So we can sort of really take it in when we read that book and really enjoy it. Or we could be at work or at school working on an assignment, and if we're just, more present with what we're doing, then we make less mistakes. And of course, this can be applied to anything in life, anything that we do, any conversation we have with people, or anything, any action, anything, any object, right? If we treat that object or that person well, then they treat us well in return. And it all comes down to just having that honor, that space of honor towards everything, or that space of gratitude, having gratitude towards everything. Over time, as we continue to practice this, as we continue to have gratitude towards all of these three things, it becomes easier and it becomes more natural and just a part of us to sort of imbibe all these qualities and give all these qualities out to the world. Now, starting off, it might be a little bumpy. We might not always remember to have that honor or a gratitude or respect towards a lot of these things, right? But as we continue to apply it, as we continue to work on it over time, it'll just become a very natural way of doing that we do eventually. It'll just start to become a part of who we are genetically. So to review, the three things were gratitude towards the people, making them feel appreciated, being open to them, not judging, and so they will want to hang out with you more, right? You treat them well and they treat you well, right? The second thing is gratitude towards objects, whatever it is, whether it's your house, whether it's shoes, car, or anything else. We treat those things well, and they'll be working for us for a lot longer than if we didn't treat them well. The third thing is respecting our actions, respecting other people's actions, and really sort of being present with them as we do them. That helps us with making less mistakes, because we're so much more aware of the things that we are doing, that we are saying, that we are feeling even. And so we'll be able to be a lot more in control of our own emotions, of our mind. Now, one thing that can really sort of block us from getting there, from getting to that point where, we just show gratitude towards anything, anybody, everything, is we might not be completely present in the present moment. We might not always remember to do it all the time, right? So being present in the present moment is a very big sort of avenue, and it goes a very long way to getting us there. And that's something I will be talking about in the next video that's dropping this week. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, just let me know in the comments if you did. Subscribe to the channel to stay alerted for more videos, and like or dislike this video, whether you liked it or not. So thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you guys in the next video later this week. Peace.